What is going on, you guys? It is Xenclu and welcome back to another video. And today's video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I thought that, with the controversial release so far in the past, few hours of the Tomb releasing on Black Ops 6, I thought I would jump on and give my own thoughts as someone who, me being in Australia, I have to wake up at like 3:30 in the morning for the map to release at 4 AM. I play all the new maps on launch, and I try and get that world's first as I'm a Destiny 2 player, so I love day one raiding in Destiny 2, if you guys know what that is. And I want to talk about my experience on this map and overall just how I feel about it. And this video probably won't even go out to many people, but I just thought I would make this because it's something I sort of want to get off my chest. I've got a few things I want to talk about, and this video is pretty much unscripted, aside from the few ideas I've just wanted to jot down. And the first thing I want to talk about, which is probably what everyone actually cares about, is the Easter egg, and more particularly the Easter egg ending. Now, after the Citadel Daymore Easter egg end cutscene, very hype. You think about like Origins, the stuff we hear about. It's like this big, crazy, and then it sort of felt like the momentum died of this game. I don't know how it managed to do that, but with their consistent shit updates they released for this game, it was like all the momentum was gone. And then, I was still sort of hyped for the Tomb, and it drops. And I play through it, and I'm playing through the map, and it's like, I probably wasn't really excited for the map, but I was excited to see the story. And upon completing the fucking Easter egg, I was amazed to see there was no character dialogue, and it is just Samantha Maxis talking for about 40 seconds about where we're going to on the next map. Never mind, we just grabbed the one artifact people have been looking for fucking years. We just grabbed it and just walked out the building like nothing really fucking happened, compared to Citadel Daymore, where we get a piece of this thing, and the whole like fucking, we got an exfil, we gotta get the fuck out, gotta run. No, we just walk out, a Weaver just waves his hand around, Raptor 1 spawns in, just like in Cold War, and we just dip. But that would have been fine if we actually seen some, teasers to the new map, like, not just fucking like a little fucking blueprint of the mansion. Like, come on now. So anyway, I could forgive the end cutscene if the Easter egg was actually good. The Easter egg is quite literally 2 steps, maybe 3. So the first step is to just get the ice staff, and you just need to shoot like there's 4 pillars in the crazy place. There's 4 different challenges, and you shoot the pillar with the healing orb, and you go and do the challenge. Each challenge takes around anywhere from about 10 seconds to maybe 40. So once you've done the first step in about 5 minutes, you then move on to the boss fight. Yep, I'm not even joking, you are quite literally at the boss fight. You could, in theory, spawn in, pop Immolation and Wonder Bar, get the Ice Staff, begin upgrading the Ice Staff, and then go to the boss fight, have the boss fight unlocked by like fucking round 10. It's that easy. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, and also why are all the why is there so many side Easter eggs? I was playing through this trying to figure it out, and I'm thinking I'm doing the main Easter egg by doing the blood sacrifice, only to find out it's just for fucking golden armor, which I don't even need because the game is not even that hard. Sure, on solo the boss fight is probably a lot harder, but doing it 2-man, we had no challenges at all. We didn't even go down during the whole run. Like, we just pop Mutant Inject. The strat, after you have, the Sentinel artifact split off, you just pop 1 Mutant Inject, he protects you while you shoot the Sentinel artifact. And then you just switch back. And then you have 1 round where it's a little bit scuffed, but you complete that round, and then you're on to the end. You just shoot the fucking middle. It's that easy. And I think I need to say that why is the blood sacrifice not a part of the main Easter egg? It seems like the perfect step for the main Easter egg. Why is it not a part of the main? I don't get it. Why is there only 2 steps to this whole Easter egg? Who put this together? Wasn't this a 4-year development cycle? And talking about shit designs, I think the fact that you cannot use, oh sorry, you have to use a bullet gun in the boss fight is fucking stupid. I don't know about like melee weapons and all that, I'm sure you can probably use them. But for example, so me and my friend was doing the Easter egg, and we were doing actually pretty good. We were actually at the boss fight, and we're actually beating teams like Noah J and all those guys. And so we get there and we're doing pretty good until we actually get to damage, and then we realize that, you know, my friend was running the ray gun and the ice staff, and I was running the XM4 and the ice staff. So we quickly figured out that I'm the only one that can actually do damage, and you know, stuff scales with enemies and all that, and soon it then realized that how fucking painful it is to only do it with one person. And again, that's a shit design. Like, why? There's no way to get a bullet gun after that, so we then just lose. We then lose because of that, and you know, we lose our placement, and ultimately, even if it's not placement, it's another run that we have to do. And the more runs where you make to the boss fight and you die to stupid things that are sort of out of your control, makes the map less enjoyable. And that's what made Citadel a little bit less enjoyable for me, because I had a lot of crashes and bugs, particularly with the light sword. And although now like it's gone and passed, and I'm sure this will pass as well, and this will probably be like less of a critique in the future. But for now, it's something that's really annoying, and something that would easily fix it is mule kick and also double tap. Why these aren't in the game is astonishing. Why we still have death perception with the quite literal most useless fucking augments in the entire game. I don't know why death perception is even in the game when we have Volt Raid. I thought as soon as Volt Raid came out, I was like, okay, no death perception in this game, cool. I was fully expecting mule kick or double tap to be released, but of course we can never have double tap. Instead, we want you to spend 50 grand on a fully papped gun. That's what we have decided to do. Yeah, we're also going to nerf everything into the ground, so you can only really use the wonder weapon. Oh wait, the wonder weapon is shit. Oh wait, you just have to use fucking mutant inject again. I can already see that just being the strat. You just use mutant inject. And another thing, why do we still have amalgams? Why amalgamations in this map? Why? What do they actually provide? What do mimics actually provide? What do doppelgangers actually provide? They need to know that you don't actually need elite and these types of boss zombies to make a map good. I could load up Kino de Toten, which just has fucking dogs. That is perfectly fine. That is one of the biggest flaws of this entire game, is boss spam, and ultimately it comes down to a lot of things, especially the game being fully online, and you know, with the troubles that come with that. So now they have to artificially increase difficulty by just spamming bosses, and it ultimately just makes for a less fun experience and ruins the game. Now, I've been a bit harsh, and this is very, like, I don't usually make these types of videos. I'm usually more of a positive person, because I think there are so many people in the community and just on the internet in general who make these types of videos, and I just don't think that that's my thing. But I really wanted to come out here and just, you know, give my honest opinions, and I think I will try to say a few positive things about the map. Like, the atmosphere is really good, and I think I compare this map to like sort of like a Zetsubo, which for some it might be a diss, but for me I really like Zetsubo. And I compare, if you think of it like that instead of comparing it to Origins, yes, for me, like some of the similarities, like the map layout is a big one. It's literally identical to Zetsubo, and while the Easter egg isn't similar, it still sort of is. You know, we're building something to get down to a certain area. So in that and like also with the one wonder weapon, I think the ice staff could easily be replaced with any gun. I think like a dark ether staff or something like that would have easily worked. Or if you can't just have the ice staff, you need to have all 4 staffs. Like, that's just, if you're just gonna have the ice staff, you may as well just replace it with the Winter's Howl. You can just buff the Winter's Howl to fucking crazy limits. Anyway, but they needed something to actually save this map, so they brought in the ice staff, and now it's forever gonna harm its harm its reputation because it's now on a mediocre map like the Tomb. Well, I think now we need to talk about the future of this game and how they can save it, because the zombies community, after a shit map, I think it's still there. There's still a lot of hype for the game. I think it'll be fine depending on what Activision's next move is. How do they deal with the no voice actors? You know, we have been told about Richtofen and all this stuff throughout this game, and with Nolan North probably leading the charge for these voice actors, I don't really expect him to be making an appearance anytime soon, at least not until DLC 4, so if you want Richtofen stuff, skip DLC 3 and go to DLC 4. I'm already telling you that he's not going to be in the next DLC. And I mean, am I hyped for the mansion map? Not really. I don't really feel anything for the next map. I'm sort of just, you know, gonna wait out these next few months. I'll upload zombies content because it does pretty good. And yeah, I mean, we'll just see how it goes. And I ultimately expect them to turn the ship around. I think the Tomb was just a one-off. But yeah, I can't help but feel that this map was a massive flop and a massive letdown and a huge momentum stunt. Huge momentum like shift in this game in terms of, you know, it was doing great in my opinion. Obviously every game's gonna have downtime. I come from Destiny 2, which has massive downtime between expansions and seasons, and every few months it gets a bit dry, and then, you know, so I'm used to this. It's fine, I understand the game, but when you release something like this, which is complete shit, it really dents the game and dents reputation. For people who have played Destiny 2, this is my equivalent to the Lightfall of this game, where, for those who don't know, we had, like, in Destiny 2 there was a big expansion called Witch Queen, and it ended on a massive note revealing like this big villain, and then with the release of Lightfall it didn't really expand on the villain and was sort of just filler, which is ultimately what this map is. And it did introduce, you know, a pinnacle like artifact similar to this game called the Veil, which in this game would be the Sentinel artifact, and we still don't really know much about it. Similar to Lightfall, we don't know anything about the Veil in that expansion, and now it's up to the intel or the lore in Destiny and the intel in this game to tell the story, and for the Treyarch devs and their narrative team to fill in the blanks until we get to the next map. Or they can release no lore and hopefully fill in everything in the next map, which I think what I respect about COD Zombies is that it does show, at least in this game, it shows more than it does just tell, like in Citadel and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously this is just my thoughts, super like raw. I'm not really editing this at all. There's a lot of ums and ahs, no doubt, as I'm not very good at this type of content, but I just really wanted to get this out and just sort of let everyone know how I was feeling about the map, and if this does resonate with you in any way, shape or form, be sure to let me know. And if you love this map, that is completely fine. I think it is a great casual map. I think this would be, I do think the map will be fun, but for me, looking at it as what I expected to be a lot bigger of a map when it's being compared to maps like Origins, I fully expected a lot more. And there's no doubt in the future, when I look back on this game, it'll probably be, you know, like a C-tier map. I definitely think I'd rather play this than Liberty Falls, but I do respect Liberty Falls and what it's done for the casual community. But I do think there's a time and a place for casual maps, and DLC 2 of this game was not a time for a casual map. They really needed to go big here, and they completely missed the mark. Now, granted, you know, the whole AI voice actor thing, it isn't Treyarch's fault. At least I don't actually know whose fault it is, who's to blame. Is it all Activision? Is it partly Treyarch, partly Activision? I don't know, but they need to sort it out quick, because it's going to get very ugly soon, especially in the next map if there is no voice acting again. It completely voids the map of life. You know, there's no new quotes. I'm just hearing Weaver say the same old boring stuff. You know, like, it just gets boring, repetitive, and it's what makes for a shit map. And you don't get any lore, and then you have to, you know, shove it all into the intel that no one reads except for a couple people who are really invested, and then you get those people who just watch the video but it's super boring. You know, you gotta show your lore, not tell it, and that's what a lot of games mess up, and that's what I thought Black Ops 6 was doing somewhat well, with their end cutscenes being, I thought, pretty good, and managed to build hype after each one. But yeah, the Tomb, it missed the mark, but let's hope it's not the Tomb of Black Ops 6 Zombies. That's all for me today. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to subscribe, like, do all that cool stuff, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.